Hello, hello. Thank you for visiting me here at Queen of Wands Tarot 333. I'm going to do the sign of Sagittarius during this Mercury retrograde. Kind of already prayed over the cards and I did a little bit of shuffling. I want to kind of see what comes out. Sagittarius during this Mercury retrograde. Can you please give me some clear and concise messages? Messages that will help them to their highest path. Messages they need to know that will help lead them to their highest path. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. See? Nine of Swords. How are you feeling right now, Sagittarius? Are you worried about something? Afraid of something? Anxious about something? See the foundation. It's the past. Past for Sagittarius. Oi. King of Swords. Keeping that. 5. Your future, Sagittarius. What is just before you? How you see yourself. Your personal strengths and your weaknesses. How do you see yourself? I think that's way too much. Is it? Let's do it. Let's see. Okay, Sagittarius, what's going on? Are you having some sleepless nights? Some worrying? Worrying about things that you can't control? What's crossing you? Queen of Swords. Air sign. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Queen of Swords that crosses you. Are you worried about this air sign? Why? Queen of Swords doesn't look like she takes a lot of BS. It's someone who's very logical in her approach. You know, she sees things for what they are. And she learns from history and facts, and she's not afraid of cutting things out that don't serve her. I wonder why she crosses you. Yeah. Queen of Swords, that's someone who's not afraid of being alone. She's very, very observant. You know, she's also depicted of that divorcee or widower, someone who could have been hardened by life, and that's why she had to take a logical approach to things. And that's what crosses you. Because King of Swords, your soulmate. Do you feel like you lost a soulmate or are losing a soulmate? Did someone cut you off? It doesn't even have to be an air sign, but someone who did. Someone you're holding very connected energy to. It's definitely a soulmate, past life. But it's something big, as in that connection. And somehow it was lost. Because someone was standing in her power and she cut out things that didn't serve her. So, your foundation, the causes of the situation, Three of Clubs. So, Three of Clubs, now you're waiting for your ships to come in. What could have caused your situation was that maybe you had plans to go on a journey yourself. Maybe you've had plans to kind of leave a situation, but it's something that you never really knew that you thought you would miss, because whatever plans that you made in the future didn't really involve the Queen of Swords. Maybe the Queen of Swords got wind to this, a wind of this. Maybe you were looking on the outside, or somebody was looking on the outside towards you. Someone who kind of makes their plans on their own and never really intended to include you in them. And that's kind of what caused the loss. Or maybe it's maybe it's a need to cut things off that doesn't serve you. And what crosses you is the fact that you have trouble doing it. You have trouble cutting out this person completely. It's like nagging on you of why I can't let it go. Why can I not let it go? Because I had plans the whole time, or somebody had plans the whole time to kind of see what's really out there. And that was the foundation, is that somebody was really hopeful for this situation. They're really, really hopeful, and they had a lot of big plans, and that was pretty much the foundation. It was built on dreams, but not a real foundation. It was built on what could have been, and not what was really there. So what's behind you? What's behind you is your creative talents and abilities. Oh my goodness. The past. What is behind you? That was so weird. My frequency music stopped and it started to play a reading for Aries. Is that what's behind you? An Aries? I don't know. Maybe that was meant to happen. So what's behind you is the fact that you let something go. You cut something off, and you stood in your own power, and you made a logical decision on the situation that you've had, and you made cuts to what you saw as fit, and it was the most logical thing at the moment as for what you thought of, that it would, you know, the best thing for you at the time. It was the best thing for you at the time, and it was the most logical thing for you. And you felt like you were doing the right thing. And you're kind of wondering now why it is so hard to get this person out of your energy. Why it is that after you left, you just can't seem to shake the memory, or somebody can't shake the memory of you. So your goals and your conscious awareness, somebody's looking to come out of conflict with you. And that's maybe your goal, it looks like it's your goals. I mean, this is you. This is your conscious goals, is that you want to come out of conflict. You don't want to fight anymore. You don't want to feel burdened anymore by other people's hang-ups or baggage or responsibility. You just want to focus on yourself and take care of the things that you need to do, because right now things are overwhelming as it is. Things are overwhelming as it is. Why do you need all the extra stress? You don't. That's why you dropped it. That's why you cut it out, because it was the most logical thing to do. Even though you knew this person was a soulmate, but then they were throwing you off of balance. You know? It's like they wanted to cause conflict. It's like they caused a lot of conflict and not a lot of it was resolved. And wasn't a lot of communication either. You know, except a lot of burden. Like this, somebody expected a lot. You know, somebody expected a lot. And didn't really, you know, it wasn't reciprocal. Someone expected a lot, but somebody wasn't, you know, kind of, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't even about doing their part. Maybe somebody needed more than the other could offer at the time. And it was the most logical thing to cut this person out, because you needed to focus on all of the things that you needed to go on to, and this person was throwing you off, and it didn't like he was helping you. It wasn't like he was helping you become balanced. It wasn't helping you at all become balanced. You know, because maybe you made this cut, and what crosses you is the fact that this queen cut out this king. And it's something that you really didn't want to do. You didn't want to do it at all. You still wanted this. You still wanted to work for this, because it was initially such a strong, amazing connection. It was such an amazing, strong connection, and you felt that soul tie and that pull towards each other. And you were hopeful. And it looks like someone might have traveled towards you to work things out and try to be really hopeful about the situation. But then it didn't turn out the way you hoped. All it did was bring a lot of crazy conflict. And you don't want to deal with it anymore. You don't want the burden anymore. You shouldn't have to deal with anyone's past baggage. They should have to deal with that themselves. And you need to deal with your own. And if you can't work on it together, then all it does is bring conflict. And it's something that needs to be moved on from, right? So what's your future? The magician in reverse. Someone was a liar. Someone was keeping secrets. Somebody who wasn't communicating. Somebody who was very manipulative. And somebody who just likes to play games in the situation. You know? Somebody who always wants to win. So this is in your future. Maybe this person might, maybe you're going to encounter someone who's going to be kind of manipulative. Maybe a past person, maybe somebody new. This is Mercury retrograde. Unfortunately, you have people that comes back from the past, or situations from the past, who comes back and tries to close up past karmic situations that didn't really have an ending, right? Mercury retrograde. Shit. How do you see yourself? Your personal strengths and weaknesses. How do you see yourself? Justice. Justice is on your side. This is karmic justice as well. You see yourself trying to get balanced again, because whatever this past situation, it threw you off. And it looks like this Magician in reverse, he did you wrong in so many ways, and you had to cut him out, and it was just. Because you know what, you have to focus on what you got to focus on. And it looks like you like the idea and the hope for the person a lot more than the reality. And maybe somebody came off or tried to come off a lot different than what they were, wearing that mask. Your environment and what's outside of yourself, and how others perceive you, the full. Kind of like jumping into the unknown. Maybe you're jumping into something new, a new passion, maybe a new relationship, a new career, a passion of yours that you're jumping full head on, and you have no idea where it's going to take you, or if anywhere. But it looks like this situation has really kind of put the oomph in your step, kind of, you know, and it kind of made you have to remember yourself. Because this King of Swords here, you know, when you have that Magician in the reverse, you have someone who can be really narcissistic, right? Can be really controlling. You know, somebody who doesn't communicate or communicates really harshly. Someone who gaslights, possibly. And the thing is, you saw this for what it was and you wanted to cut it out. And you cut it out quick and you took a leap of faith. Or this Magician, King of Swords person went ahead and took a leap of faith after the ending somewhere else. Now your hopes and fears, the lessons learned, the lesson to be learned that is blocking. Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, he's like the scout. He goes out in front of all of the soldiers, in front of the platoon first, to assess the situation, to see how much the enemy, how many numbers they are, you know, what kind of support systems that they have, the terrain, is it beneficial or not. He's the observant, really, really observant person. And it's maybe you weren't as observant as you should have been. Maybe a lack of discernment. Maybe it's a need to go into things more carefully, you know, and try to be more aware of the people that you bring around. And maybe that was something that you had to learn. Fire signs, the Sagittarius. You could be really impulsive because of your passions. Go where your passions lies. If you feel that pull, sometimes you could get carried away with it without really thinking and make really impulsive decisions. God knows I'm an Aries. It's not like I'm judging. I do that all the freaking time. But where can the passions get you if you're not observant of your environment or the people that come into your life? Maybe this person came and found you when you were in a really vulnerable position. And you're kind of healing from a past kind of betrayal and kind of rebuilding your own foundation. And this is where this person kind of swooped in. And it was definitely meant to happen. You were definitely soulmates. But I'm never one to be like, always your twin flame and soulmate. Stay with a really abusive, lying person. That doesn't serve you or anybody else. With soulmates, a lot of times you're not meant to stay with each other just because you feel the soul pull. You're meant to play out a karmic cycle with this person. And then once that cycle kind of played out, it's you either learn your lesson or you're doomed to repeat it. And that's why we have these strong pulls towards these soulmate or karmic soulmate couplings. And it was meant to happen at the time. So you can learn which is a gift of discernment. Maybe you had a really optimistic view of the situation and you were hoping for the best because you had such an amazing connection and a strong pull towards each other. Because it was something divine. And it seemed like it was more of a divine test. Did you feel oppressed for a really long time before this even person came around? By different people who kind of had the same persona but a different face. Bosses, father figure, teachers, ex-boyfriends who kind of acted the same, had the same personality. And maybe that's partly why he felt so familiar. Like you knew him before. Because he was kind of the same persona and personality. He was toxic and he was damaged. And that's why he seemed like maybe he was really familiar. He was really familiar to you. Because it could have been like a father figure. But of course, a lot of this is unconscious. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Or even that mother figure. But, sometimes when you have like these unconscious kind of scars or wounds that you've had from your childhood, sometimes we unconsciously seek out the person who kind of oppressed us or resembles the parent that we had. Maybe this relationship was that thing that made you aware of it and made you see it for what it is, and all of the other toxic, unhealthy patterns and people that you felt drawn to before, of why it is familiar. Like it seems like there was a revelation here. And even though it needed it to be done, it hurt like hell. Oh, I'm sorry, Sag. On either side, because it looks like a situation that, nobody gets what they want, but you get what you need. And these lessons that are painful, it's needed so you can grow into your best self. Forged by fire, that phoenix. It's like you have to burn away all of the things that held you back and all of the baggage in order for you to be able to let go and fly with nothing holding you back. Because that's what fire is, right? It's all consuming and it's uncontrollable. But you can have a controlled fire. And a controlled fire can be very revitalizing. They would have controlled fires in the forest where they would just, block off certain areas to kind of clear away the dead and rotted wood. And after the fire, they'd be able to have new growth. But it's about learning how to contain that fire and being more self-controlled so you can see things for what they are and who people say they are, past what they really say and looking into their actions before jumping into something impulsively. Now the outcome, what you plan to gain from this experience, the reward, something that will help you achieve a breakthrough. The hangman. Do not be impulsive. Have discernment. And really consider whatever offer or situation that you're in and start seeing things that once seemed normal in a new perspective. Because it feels normal doesn't mean it is normal. It was just kind of our experience that made us feel normal or made it feel normal. All because it feels normal, it doesn't mean it's normal, if that makes any sense. And that was your gift and knowledge of the situation, is don't make any impulsive decisions. See things in every perspective and not just one perspective, but the thing is, be logical into it. Because it looks like, somebody got cut out here and somebody's jumping into something new and unknown, or somebody got cut out or somebody left because you knew that there was deceit. And now you're trying to heal from this past soulmate situation. And that's pretty much what the thing that you should do that will lead you onto your highest path is to heal. What made you feel like you knew this person so much? What was it inside of you that you failed to heal from? That you were matched the same energy as this magician in the reverse character. And it's usually past unconscious wounds that we fail to heal or work out from. Maybe due to impulsiveness, you jumped into a lot of situations because you jumped without thinking or without discerning or, considering who it is you're really dealing with. And it's time for you just don't blame yourself, forgive yourself. But how can you see this in a new perspective? Is that now you have a new superpower. You have a new skill of discernment. So Sagittarius, that's your gift, and that's the message that will lead you to your highest path. That whatever comes at you, have discernment and don't make any impulsive decisions. And see things in every angle before you make a move. Healing. Because you're on to heal some deep wounds. And not only from this person, and this isn't only from this person, and this is something that's been going on for a while. And it's going to lead to your ultimate healing because it was something that you needed to shed for a really long time. You needed to. And this gave you that ability to do it. I'm going to pull 3 cards from here for advice. I wonder if I even have that. I must have that book. I'm going to find it. 3 for Sagittarius. 3 for Sagittarius. I have 3 for advice, for any further messages and or advice for Sagittarius during this Mercury retrograde. For Sagittarius during this Mercury retrograde. Sagittarius, what advice? Advice. Advice for Sagittarius during Mercury retrograde. Advice for Sagittarius during this Mercury retrograde. Oh my, I'm not going to pull all of those, but I'm going to look. Maybe I will. Jeez. Coming out. So you have someone who can be really egotistical. Somebody who doesn't want to see things in any other perspective. He just wants what he wants. Maybe somebody did feel stuck in the situations. Maybe you both felt stuck in this situation because somebody needed too much. Father of Swords again. Be really observant. This is... Wow, this is some lineup. The Devil and the Magician again. What is going on? Somebody's egotistical, and somebody can be really cold, and somebody likes control. Son of Wands, that's like the Knight of Wands. No, the Page. Oh, actually, no, that's the Knight. This Knight of Wands here, the Devil and the Magician. It looks more like a warning. And it's a warning to stay away from anyone who just wants to rule over you. Don't let passions lead you into places that you don't want to be, or have someone use that love and passion against you, because this is what this person does. He uses that love and passion against you. And this person's dangerous. With his Devil and the Magician, this Knight of Wands. This looks like someone who can be really, really potentially dangerous, and someone who's really, really controlling. Just be careful out there, Sagittarius. If anyone comes off or comes back, you know in your gut. Listen to your gut, and also be observant. Don't listen to what people say. Listen to their actions, past or present. Because it looks like the devil's trying to return, unfortunately. Stay away from this person. I mean, don't listen to what I say. You know what's best for you. You know, and in the end, I don't believe that there are mistakes in the universe. I don't. I believe there's reasons for everything. And maybe if you do feel like you have to engage in this again, there must be a reason for that too. But I think you'll save yourself a lot more pain and a lot less discomfort, because this person looks like you could really destroy your life. But in the end, I've done a lot of stupid things over and over again. But we're trying to evolve out of that. This is soul growth time. Let people deal with their own baggage so you can get yours together. But best of luck and blessed be. Take care and good night. I love you all. If you like the video, I hope it's helpful. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, the link will be in the description. Much love and blessed be.